You're at a party, or a meeting, or sitting with people you've known for years, and you feel it, that quiet hum in the back of your mind, the sensation that you're watching the movie, not starring in it. Everyone else seems to have a script. They laugh at the right time. They speak with certainty. They take up space. You observe. You hold back the witty retort because you're not sure if it's actually witty. You wait for a pause in the conversation to speak, but the pause never comes. You leave thinking, I should have said that. Or worse, did they even notice I was gone? This isn't shyness, it's deeper than that. It's the creeping suspicion that you are the background character in a story where everyone else is the protagonist. Let's look at why. Psychologists sometimes refer to a concept called the spotlight effect. It's our tendency to believe we are noticed more than we really are. But for you, it's inverted. You don't feel the heat of the spotlight, you feel the cold dark of the audience. You assume everyone is watching the main act and you're just sitting in the cheap seats. But here is the first truth, and it's a strange one. You are not invisible. You are just watching yourself. You have become the observer of your own life. In psychology, there's a distinction between the self and the ego. The ego is the narrator. The self is the experiencer. When you feel like a background character, your ego has stepped out of your body and is sitting in the director's chair critiquing every move the actor makes. Don't trip. Don't say that. They'll think you're weird. Smile, but not too much. This internal commentary creates a gap between you and the action, and the brain interprets that gap as a lack of agency. Neuroscience offers a clue here. It involves the default mode network. This is the part of your brain that activates when you are at rest, thinking about yourself, ruminating on the past, or worrying about the future. It's your brain's idle state. For most people, the DMN is a quiet passenger. For those who feel like background characters, the DMN is the backseat driver. It's constantly running a simulation. How am I being perceived? How do I compare? When the DMN is overactive, you aren't living in reality, you are living in a commentary about reality. You aren't shaking hands, you are watching yourself shake a hand, analyzing the pressure, the sweat, the duration. You have turned a human connection into a clinical trial. But here is the reframe, the psychological truth that changes the game. Feeling like a background character isn't a personality flaw, it's a hyper-awareness of the self. You aren't boring, you aren't weak, you are experiencing what happens when the human brain becomes too self-aware. It's a survival mechanism gone rogue. Your brain is trying to protect you from social rejection by monitoring your every move. But in doing so, it has locked you out of the experience of living. The goal isn't to become a loud, extroverted main character. That's a myth sold to you by movies. The goal is to collapse the gap between the observer and the doer. To do this, we need to borrow a framework from acceptance and commitment therapy, ACT. It offers 3 subtle shifts, not hacks, but perspectives. First, anchor to the now, not the them. When you feel yourself slipping into the audience, shift your attention to a physical sensation. Feel the weight of your feet on the floor, the air on your skin. This is called grounding. It pulls your brain out of the default mode network and into the sensory motor cortex. You stop thinking about the moment and start being in the moment. Second, embrace presence over performance. Social anxiety thrives on the belief that socializing is a performance, that you must be witty, interesting, and flawless. Drop the script. Psychology shows that people value presence far more than performance. They don't remember the perfect joke, they remember how you made them feel. If you are fully present, listening without an internal commentary, you become magnetic. Not because you are performing, but because you are seeing them. And being seen is the rarest gift we can give. Third, the actor's trick. Behavioral psychology tells us that action precedes motivation, not the other way around. You don't wait to feel like the main character to act. You act and the feeling follows. In theater, they call it the magic if. Ask yourself, if I were the main character here, what would I do? Would they lean in? Would they ask a question? Would they sit up straight? Then do that. Not with arrogance, but with curiosity. You are essentially faking it until your brain maps the behavior to a new identity. This is called self-perception theory. We figure out who we are by observing our own actions. Here is the mental model to hold on to. Imagine life is a dance floor. Most people are looking at the other dancers, worried about their steps. The background character stands on the edge, watching, judging their inability to dance. But the main character? They're not looking at the other dancers. They are looking at the person in front of them. They are lost in the conversation. They stumble, they laugh, they are imperfect. Being the main character isn't about being the center of attention, it's about paying attention. It's the quiet choice to stop watching the river and finally step into the current. You don't need to be louder, you just need to be here. The spotlights are off, the audience is gone. There is no script. There is only you and the moment in the quiet power of choosing to participate. And that is enough.